I'll take care of the stuff that you don't have the patience for. Or you just don't have the time for it. You might be perfectly fine doing some of the Ohamsi work, but you're trying to find investors, putting together that business plan. We gotta have our version of a PowerPoint, and actually we can put on quite the PowerPoint, and we could put it on in all sorts of places. That's the thing. You see, everybody's so concerned about doing things the way you do it that they're not paying any attention to. They're not barring the way for people to go right on past them, past the gatekeepers. I'll just back up and say, let's just take a person who's trying to get into acting, who wants to get up on stage, who has had has had quite a bit of success. First, way back in high school, and got in drama school, and has had some parts, but is kind of knocking on the door of the big men, and going to auditions, doing all that stuff. Well, that person's got to get past the gatekeepers who really don't want you in there. They don't want to go against their boss. But they know better than their boss about these stupid people who come along and purport to have talent, It's their job. It's my job to keep my boss, a big, famous, important man, from having to deal with crackpots like you. So, or no, you're not a crackpot at all. You're just a grunt trying to get ahead, and it makes me feel good to say, "Oh, it was so nice to have you come. Thank you so much. I think, you know what, we might be in touch with you someday. So have a good day, and maybe you'll hear from us. Don't bother coming back here again." But did I say that? No, never mind. I didn't mean. No. You can come back any time. Next time we have an audition, come back, and maybe I will be promoted and not be dealing with these idiots. So anyway, that person, that actor who wants to act, is missing something. All the world is a stage. One not only can, but one in fact does act on the stage of life all the time. It's just, does the person act like a drone, or act like a person who does what they're supposed to do? And in certain kind of settings, find themselves highly successful because they know how to be a doctor. They know how to be a lawyer. I don't think there's a really big market for Indian chiefs at the moment. So people who want to become Indian chiefs and are really good at it, they're probably, actually Indian chiefs might decide that they'd much rather smoke peyote with their tribe. And why not, says I. Why not? In the past, at a time like this, I would be going, frickety, splickety, scrippity, poopity, ga. Not only am I not sure what I was saying, but it might become apparent what I did within the last hour that could be responsible for this outrageous state of affairs in which I have forgotten what I have said. And the reality is, now that I've let go of the paranoia, the fear that I'm supposed to, oh my gosh, did I just forget? Oh, well, that becomes, for many of us, it certainly has in the past for me, to a very great extent, am I acting as you know what, as I think I must be? which of course leads to acting more so. You know, it's like, oh, I mean, oh, but through parroting, well, the acro tool that I use, there are as many acro tools as there are ideas. And we pick and choose. The one, you know, I'm looking throughout my life, well, as a parroter, my life as a parroter, which is 3 years old, and I am a 3-year-old parroter at this point. Several acro tools, acronyms, that are meant to be here, ready to go, like little Jiminy Cricket saying, you know, to Pinocchio, be careful where you go, young man. You never know. And, well, you do know. You know what's right and what's wrong. The other guy on the other shoulder saying, oh, fuck that shit, you know? I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. And what you don't want, these guys over here and here, you want something inside that says, look, I am whatever I am, whatever age I am, I'm whoever I am, I live in wherever I live, I've got this kind of situation, I've got these kind of strengths, these kind of weaknesses, and that's fine, whatever it is. I mean, it's fine because I don't have any control over what is right at this moment. The only thing I have any kind of control over is what do I do with this next step? It's, you know, what Miles Davis said about music. There are no wrong notes. You land on a note that you weren't planning on landing on. It's not a wrong note. It's the start of the best decision you can make at that moment. That's where it all is. Okay, now I landed on my next note. Where does my finger go next? And I either do a great job, brilliant job, something that becomes my mark, so to speak, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Bob's your uncle. But the other one was, don't you know, or is it, whatever, you know, it's Monty Python, the guy that comes up to people in very kind of straight places like the train station where all these very straight men, you know, were reading their newspapers, and this guy comes up and kind of is a little bit too familiar